confronted by the vigilant night watchman.
Ouch! Who goes there? Oh, hi, you're Mr. Riley. Come on in. Say you got the usual.
Here you go, Charlie. Like always.
Ooh, cheap hooch. Thanks, Mr. Riley. You're swell.
Don't I know it, Charlie? Now, go drink yourself into a stupor, okay?
Whatever you say, Mr. Riley.
Now, let's see here.
What are you looking for in those filing cabinets, Beaumont?
A piece the Semaphore ran a couple years ago. If my suspicions are correct. Aha! Bingo!
What is it, Beaumont?
Hang on to your hats, kids. This is a story about the heights of fame and how it can all come crashing down. Do you remember the name Melville Gibbons?
The movie star?
Ex-movie star.
I loved his action pictures. He practically won the First World War single-handed.
He fell on hard times a while back, didn't he?
More like hard times fell on him. December 27th, 1942. Gibbons had really tied one on and was driving back through Hollywood when he ran his car through the St. Methodist convent, killing a dozen nuns and orphans.
Oh, big deal. Vic Mignogna did that last year and nobody even noticed.
Right you are, Mr. Dave. After all, who notices Vic Mignogna anyway? And that could have been the end of the story, but there's more to it than that.
Oh, I remember now. When the police arrived, Gibbons resisted arrest. He started yelling at the officers, calling them filthy Visigoths.
Correctamundo, Angel. The press got wind of what he'd said, and it was all over.
But, Beaumont, what does this have to do with Muchas Gaseous?
I'm afraid it's an all too common story, Lucy. Once famous Hollywood movie star becomes flatulent Mexican wrestler.
So, Melville Gibbons is Muchas Gaseous?
Take a look at this picture from the old Semaphore story. That's the man I saw at the sports arena after the Crimson Fair, Visigoth tore Muchas Gaseous' mask off.
I see.
Oh, yes, you did, see. Gibbons' career was over after that night. He even made that movie about Mexico, but nobody went to see it. He lost everything and couldn't afford to eat anything but beans.
Well, that explains the flatulence, but why persecute Visigoths?
He blames them for his circumstances. Visigoths have always been an easy target ever since they came to Southern California after the fall of the Roman Empire.
So Melville had immersed himself so completely in his Mexican role that when he lost his mind, he stayed Mexican?
Right you are, Mr. Dave. And that's why I know he'll strike again. Tonight.
What makes you say that, Beaumont?
Because this is May 5th, the most celebrated day in Mexican history.
What's so special about May 5th?
It's the day when, in 1862, the newly formed Mexican Republic drove the French invaders from their shores.
And how did they do that, Beaumont?
It's pretty easy to figure once you realize they call it Cinco de Mayo. Cinco comes from the Latin verb meaning without, so Cinco de Mayo translates simply into without the mayo. The French put mayonnaise on everything, see? So when the Mexicans refused to eat the food, the French left. And there have been big celebrations ever since.
And a good thing, too. Can you imagine burritos in a creamy béarnaise sauce?
Oh, goodness, just apply that directly to my thighs.
A little later, Angel.
Whatever.
And that's how I know he'll strike again tonight. So we have to get to Shantytown and stop him. And I have a plan.
Later, that dark and white night, at the moonrise over the economically deprived street of Shantytown, our heroic threesome put Beaumont plan into action.
Gee, you guys look swell. Lucy, you're one honey of a Visigoth.
What about me, Beaumont?
Mr. Dave, no one ever made a unibrow look so good.
Thank you, Beaumont.
Say, bro, would you mind going over the plan one more time?
Sure thing, doll. Now listen up. You guys are going to pose as a Visigoth couple. Mr. Dave, you're the man.
Aww.
The master defender is sure to unleash his pent-up hatred of all things Visigoth. He won't be able to resist a seemingly prosperous Visigoth couple who are humble, modest, and uphold the Visigoth traditions.
Beaumont, that car looks mighty suspicious. It might be the culprits.
Stalwart observation, Angel. Now you guys stand here in front of this rundown slum and look prosperous. I'm going to get the police. With any luck, I should be back before Gaseous lets you have it.
Oh, hurry, Beaumont.
As the car creeps ever close to Lucy and Mr. Dave, Beaumont ducks into nearby alley to await the furtherance of his plan.
Come on, Gaseous.
While inside the slowly approaching car,
Hey, boss, look! There's a seemingly prosperous Visigoth couple who have obviously not heeded your warnings.
And now they must face the consequence. Stop the car.
Hey, boss, how's your buttocks? Because, if it's tense, I got the oil right here.
Right, Lieutenant. Now is the time to bring my crusade to its explosive conclusion. I finally rid our city of the Visigoths once and for all, and I will show no mercy.
We bid you welcome to our home.
We are humble keepers of the Visigoth vase.
You want maybe some sardines?
Enough!
just like so many nights before, the masked offender whips aside his trench coat to reveal his brightly colored underpants.
We Visigoths are gonna get it now.
And then he lowers his underpants slowly.
I will waste no more time. Uno.
Gosh, Mr. Dave, this looks like the end. Before we die, I just wanted to say how envious I've always been of your position as Beaumont's houseboy and confidant, and of your wonderful fashion sense.
Dose.
And girlfriend, can I tell you how envious I've always been of your coat and matching muff? That fur is fine. I wish I had a muff like that.
Oh, you're so sweet. I just want to hug you.
No touchy.
Yes.
But just at the masked offender is about to let one rip,
Not so fast, Gaseous. Or maybe I should say, Melville Gibbons.
It's the Crimson Visigoth. Oh, he fills my pants with fear.
That's the Crimson Ferret to you, Muggs.
What do I pay you lackeys for? Attack him!
The atomic particle ferret stimulator should take care of you.
Oh, my molecules feel all funny.
And for you, a taste of the ferret subelectron rectifier?
Oh, wrecked him. Hell, it killed him. Oh.
And now for you, Muchas. A little ferret gas. No effect. Must be professional courtesy.
Senor Ferret, you have dispatched my henchmen with ease, but I will not go so quietly into that dark night.
You can drop the phony accent, Gibbons. You're about as Mexican as a $3 bill. We all know you're really from Australia.
That's a fair call. Now, Ferret, I've got the wind brewing that'll blow you and your friends back to the Visigoth land. 1, 2,
Everybody get down!
3!
at a speed faster than the eye can see, the Crimson Ferret dives between the unmasked offender and the helpless pair.
There. That should do the trick.
Nothing's coming out. Was it, blimey, a cork?
That's a ferret cork.
Oh, I don't feel so good. Oh, bloody hell. My arms are shiver. Oh, it's you, Ferret. What's with the flying entrails and that smell? Oh, shall I say, did you? Wasn't me, Chief.
That, Chief, is the smell of what happens when a good actor goes bad.
The next day, in Skipper Harrington's office at the Daily Semaphore,
Congratulations, Lucy. You got your first byline. Crimson Ferret plugs masked offender. Visigoths breeze easy. Now that's a swell piece of cutting-edge journalism.
Lucy Nightingale.
Thanks, Beaumont, but I couldn't have done it without